Welcome back to IQ Fit Life. I'm your host, Kevin. This video I'm going to talk about some more of the fundamentals of the sword work. When I say sword fundamentals, what I mean are, regardless of what style you study or practice, the things in the fundamental videos here are the same or really similar in all of the styles. For example, if it cuts, you still move the sword the same way in all of the styles. Doesn't matter what style you study, like the plane of cut is always in the same plane of cut. You still use and hold the sword the same way. You just might have detailed differences in exactly where you hold the sword. But the fundamentals should be pretty universal. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of hidden movements in a chiburi and a noto. The chiburi is to sling the blood off. So after you make the cut and you cut the person down, when you sling the blood off, every style that I'm aware of has some form of chiburi. Chiburi, you know, where you either go to the side, sling the blood off, or make big chiburi, or all kinds of chiburis. But that's slinging the blood off after you make the cut before you return it to the side. A noto is returning it to the side. And there are different styles. There's chigiden, and there's musoshinden that I predominantly study, where the blade is flat. But all of them have these same universal principles that I'm going to talk about today. For a chiburi, let's say that I've already cut down the opponent. I've already cut him down, and I'm going to do a big open space chiburi, or an omuri chiburi. So first I turn the blade, and then I bring the blade back. Kind of like it's stabbing at a 45-degree angle, the back corner of the room. So what many people do is they turn the blade and they bring the blade back. Right now it's still pointed and it's straight. This is wrong, and I'll tell you why. To make a cut, remember we talked about the fingers make the blade begin moving and the arm adds to it. So if I just turn the blade and I start moving it backwards, there's nothing to push forward with. There's no cut. It would all have to be in my arm, which is very poor. So what really happens is I push this out as I turn the blade, and using my finger succession, I turn the tip. So the tip leads. That way, the whole time, the tip is ready and chambered for a cut. So as I push this out, at any point, this can cut. And it's chambered for a cut. Kind of like I'm cocking a gun. So I'm bringing it back, and now it's here, chambered for a cut. So I bring it back, then as I bring it over, it's still chambered for a cut. So to sling the blood off, I'm not just bringing the sword to here. I am pushing the sword out like I'm cutting, and it ends up in the right place. So I push the sword up and sling it. I push the sword up and sling it. But it's also a cut if there needs to be a cut. Let's say the opponent's not really dead, and so I'm bringing the tip back, and then I notice that he's not dead. So I have to cut him, or cut his sword down, or block him in some way. Or, as I'm bringing it up, his friend starts to rush in, and here's another cut. It's already ready in the chamber. But the whole way, all the way from the ground, as I'm bringing it back, it's ready for a cut. Right? Okay? And now I want to talk for a minute about a noto, which is returning the sword to the saya. I'm not going to talk about how to do the noto itself, but what I want to point out, similarly to the chiburi, is that now that I've slung the blood off, I'm not just going to bring the sword to the mouth of the saya, because there's no cut here. Once again, if I lead with the back of the blade, where it's extended already and my arm is just moving, there's no cut. What happens is, as I do a noto, the tip, once again, leads, so there's still a cut there. So the tip leads, then I do my noto. And whether it's a musoshinden noto or a jikiden noto, where the blade comes kind of up and over the top, the sword is ready to make a cut. The tip leads, so that now it's definitely ready for a cut, right? So it's here, or if it's like a kokiru, where the saya comes out to it, the sword is still up and ready for a cut. It doesn't lead with the back of the sword, it doesn't lead with the back of the sword so there's no cut. It leads with the tip so that it's ready to make a number of cuts. So, tip leads, and it comes in, but the tip always leads. So I have as much cut possibility as possible. So, done the chiburi, now I'm coming in, and then I notice that someone's charging me over there, so I have the sword already chambered for a cut. Or, I'm coming in here, and then I have to raise it up. It's already ready for a cut. It's not coming in this way, and then I have to pull it back for a cut. It's already ready already. So from the chiburi, tip leads, sling the blood off, tip leads. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope this video series is helpful to you. Please subscribe to Aiki Fit Life. Thanks very much. Have a nice day.